Hi everyone, I'm Christopher Thornycroft with Redwood Logistics, and welcome to the Redwood Rundown for the week of March 7th, 2022. Well, we recorded the Redwood Rundown. We were all set to go. I had my running clothes on and was ready to head out into the night. Then the diesel fuel numbers came on out, and diesel fuel has been updated to go from 410 per gallon to 485 per gallon. Actually, the entire focus of the Redwood Rundown that we had recorded was on diesel fuel and its historic rise, but we didn't anticipate it rising this high. This is actually the highest diesel fuel price that we have seen. What we had talked about previously was the rate of this increase and how important that rate of the increase was, as this was the fastest rate of increase that we'd seen on diesel fuel since Hurricane Katrina of 2005, and this may even surpass that. The real pressure that this puts in the market is on drivers, as drivers are caught between their current cost at the pumps that they're paying at this 485 per mile average and their fuel surcharge programs, which do not always catch up to that 485 average. As a matter of fact, those fuel surcharge averages may be based off of last week's 410 per gallon. In that case, on a 500-mile trip, that's about $57 worth of money that's pulled directly out of these carriers' pockets. And so what that does is that forces a lot of drivers and carriers, especially the smaller fleets and the owner-operators, away from their contract business, which they've been taking at an increasing pace, and over into the spot market. The reason why they move away from the contract business and they move into the spot market is because in the spot market, they can negotiate these rates that reflect the real-time cost of fuel that they are facing. Whereas in their contract rate, they're stuck to a fuel surcharge peg that may not keep them up to date. This is coming at a pretty unique time, especially because we had just started to see capacity really start to come on into the market. The outbound tender rejection index overall was at 18.46. So while still strong, not as strong as it had been before. And again, all of this has been coming with still very substantial demand, as demand did not move on down. A lot of thought was that the only way that you'd see an outbound tender rejection index drop down is if you saw demand fall off, but demand very strong at 14,860. But with this monkey wrench of fuel thrown into the market, we'll see where things shuffle on out. That's all we've got on this edition of the Redwood Rundown. Call it our after hours edition. Stay informed, take care of each other. Thank you, and have a good night.